Tech wreck. Time to get your tech wreck.
Tech wreck. Chicky.
Tech wreck. Time to get your tech wreck.
All right, so Jay, what's your tech wreck for this week?
So this is a callback to the earlier part of the episode where I said I had something for you. So before I had recommended NextDNS, I am actually moving on from NextDNS and going to a new service called Control D. And why I'm doing that is there's a couple of reasons. One reason I discovered after the fact, but the main reason was I was having issues getting access to NextDNS on AT&T. I don't know. There was some kind of network issue.
Right.
I couldn't get to it. My internet wasn't working because the DNS wasn't working and whatnot. And here's the problem with NextDNS. If you want support and you're on the fairly inexpensive personal plan, which was $19.90 a year, your only support path is a community forum. There is no email. There is no way to get support. There is no way to get help.
Gotcha.
And that just did not do it for me. So I started looking around for options and I found Control D. Now, I'll tell you, Control D the interface is a lot slicker. There's a lot more like technicality in there. Like there's a lot of things that you can change and twiddle with that you cannot do on NextDNS, which I kind of like. You don't have to. But here's the other thing that I find super duper interesting, and I have not tried it out yet because I'm still on my trial, but I'm going to, is that if you have a site that you want to have it proxy through another country, you can say, hey, any hits to this website, say, Google, I always want to send it through Sweden. And it will actually, using DNS, send your traffic through a proxy in Sweden before it hits Google. You don't have to have a VPN for this. You can do it then for every machine that is connected to your DNS. And so I'm not saying that you can use this to get around paywalls and things like that, but you might be able to use this to get around paywalls and stuff like that because certain sites will do different things based on different countries. Yeah. So it's not 100% foolproof. They even say it on their website, don't rely on this if you need a VPN for, surety or, privacy or anything else like that. So I'm still keeping my VPN, but I might be using that feature in the future.
So I had this interesting experience, that sort of related to that. I was traveling internationally recently and I brought my laptop because I was like, I don't want to watch their TV. Like, they've got whatever on it. It's not going to be interesting to me. So I brought my laptop so we could try to stream some stuff, but I knew it was going to be problematic. And so sure enough, of course, Netflix is like, nope, not going to do it. Like Amazon, nope, not going to do it. But Apple TV, no problem at all. Did not limit anything. It was weird. Like they were like, I don't care, whatever.
But was that only their own content, Apple's own content on Apple TV?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing on Apple TV is Apple's own content.
Yeah. So here's the thing, why that is, because they own the rights to it. And because of that, they can control or not control where it is geographically around the world. Yeah, they don't care because they own it. Right. That's the problem with all of these other services. Not problem. That's just the realities of licensing. Yeah. And that's part of the reason why they use my old technology.
Limited
to
geographic areas. Okay.
Because
interesting.
Like when they get whatever, Mission Impossible 89, the rights to that.
Is that number 89 or Tom Cruise is 89 in that Mission Impossible?
I think those are both the same.
Both. Got it. Okay,
and so, they only get rights, like Netflix might only have gotten the rights for, US and Canada. Right. And they sold the rights to that for, Africa and Asia to somebody else. Right. And so that's why they've got to control all of these things. Based on that, or at least use their best efforts to do that.
I hadn't thought of it that way. Okay.
So that's what it is. So, like a lot of times when I tell people about this, they're like, they hate me, but I'm like, well, but without me, then none of these things could actually ever even be online. Yeah. Like you wouldn't even have the opportunity to watch them online.
Or it costs so much more. That's so much more.
Right. Exactly. So I get it. I don't get it in certain senses, but that's why you're able to watch things like Apple TV. So if you subscribe to people that have their own content like that, then you can watch it everywhere. Like Netflix, I bet you could watch all of the Netflix content that is their own generated stuff.
Maybe. Yeah. I didn't really try that. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. So there you go. What about you, Adam? What do you got for us this week?
I'm going to recommend the TomTalk 5.5 liter X-Pack sling bag. So basically it's a tech bag, a technology bag. I decided I like to carry around, an extra backup battery, some snacks, some sunglasses, and in particular my camera for doing a lot of video stuff because I'm trying to capture a lot of video stuff. And I used to carry it all around in my backpack, which is kind of huge and just a lot. And so I was like, I really need a tech bag that's like a smaller sling. Call it a man purse. I don't care. I'm not embarrassed by anything. And but like when I'm going to like a kid's dive meet or like whatever, like so just something small I can carry to have the gear that I need. And it's great. It's waterproof. It's got like it's ripstop material. It's comfortable. It's got tons of space. I mean, it's a really well built bag for not a lot of money at all, comparatively speaking. And I also, as an add-on, I bought the Tom Talk. There's like a travel bag that you can use for like backpacking or for like a carry-on for a plane. And I bought that also, and it was great. And it was like $80 for the bag, and like really well made, really well done. Worked great for me in my travels. It was fantastic. So Tom Talk's a new brand. Yeah,
this looks like a really nice bag. And I love the ripstop. Like I can't tell you how many times. Yeah. I've had backpacks that have started fraying. I can't
tell you how many times that I'm in a knife fight and that ripstop just saves me, man. Like it's the lifesaver that I needed. I owe my spleen to some ripstop. Like that's why, so.
Don't bring a knife to a gunfight though.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I don't have a spleen anyway, so I'm good to go either way.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. But still, don't bring a knife to a gunfight. You know what I told you that.
It's from some famous movie that I'm not going to remember the name of now, and you're going to shame me for it. That's what.
It's from The Untouchables. That's Sean Connery's line. Yeah. As he's dying, or just before he dies.
Okay. Oh, that's dude, you just ruined it for me. I know. Man. Sean Connery dies. Dang it.
Yeah.
You're killing me, dude.
It's about Elliot Ness and taking down
killing me,
Capone.
Smalls. Anyway, sorry.
What did I tell you?
That was referencing killing me.
I
Smalls.
get it.
Okay.